What's up, people? Welcome to Big Eddie Mose YouTube channel. And if it's your first time coming across this channel, I kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and don't forget to leave a comment on the comment section. This channel is about football, sports, and it's a concern that as Arsenal Football Club, we never did what we supposed to do in January. We didn't get the signings that we wanted, especially in the center forward. And now that one is coming back to bite us. Most of you, I know you are aware that one of our players, our forward players, and that's the only striker that we have, center forward player, Havertz got an injury. The team had gone to Dubai to just refresh, re-strategize, so that when they come back to England, they can be able to come back strong and energetic. But unfortunately, it happened that our own center forward, Kai Havertz, got a muscular injury, and we are told that actually it has been confirmed by the coach and also the club's website, the Arsenal club's website. It has been confirmed that Kai Havertz will be out of playing. He will not be playing throughout this season, the remainder of the season, because of the hamstring injury that he's gotten. And now that they're back to England, plans are underway for him to go for a surgery in coming days. And that one is a big blow to Arsenal, considering that we have other players, forward players who've gotten injured previously in the months that have passed. We are talking of people like Saka who got injured sometime in December. You got also someone like Jesus who got an injury last month, and then we also have Martinelli who also got an injury. And these are players that Arsenal depend on them. These are the forward players, the first choice players that we've been playing. Our coach Arteta has been playing, been using them in the games that we've played. And then again, you ask yourself, the three, apart from Kai Havertz, Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, and Saka, the club knew that we had these injuries, and we were supposed to actually go buy or get players in January, but the club thought it wise that we didn't need to get those players. According to Arteta says that he said during that transfer period that towards the end he said that yes, we wanted to get the players, we wanted to get the center forward, but we couldn't just go for any other player. We wanted to get quality. It's not that there were no players; players were there, but because of the policy that Arsenal has, uh, they didn't have to go for just any player. January came, the deadline of transfer came, it passed, and we never signed anybody, even though we knew that we had injuries, the three players. And now a blow has come. We've gotten another injury, a big blow for Kai Havertz. Now it's the club or the coach himself and the players that are available to show their true capabilities. The players that are around right now that we have who are in form, and the players that have been playing in the role of in the forward line, we are talking of Sterling, Trossard, and Nwaneri. And Nwaneri is just a 17-year-old young boy, but he's shown that he has the character. He can be able to be used and he can be able to perform. We have no doubt about that. English Premier League, we've seen how tough it is, and we trust and hope that subjecting this young man into these games is going to really work hard, so that at least he doesn't also sustain an injury. And remember, Nwaneri, I think like about 3 weeks ago, he was sidelined because of also an injury. And since he came back, I think he's played like about a game or two since he came back. So the only players that we have who can be used are only three. And then I'm looking at what if we needed to get to have a substitution during the 90 minutes. Whom are we going to bring in? So the only player that we have is also a 21-year old called Butler or Yedeji. Uh, that is also another player that can be used. I think it was used. I think during when you played Champions League, there's a game that he was used for a few minutes towards the end of the 90 minutes. Actually, I think it was during the extra time. So he can also be used. I don't know if I think he plays as centre forward role or either right wing or left wing. And then we also look at other players that can be used to supplement the forward line. We having like people like Tierney. Tierney is our left back player. He's a player that I think if the coach can give him a chance, he can be utilized in the left wing because I think he was at some point. I remember there's a time that Arteta used him, so he can be used. Though he's been out of playing time because of the injury that he sustained last season, and I think at the beginning of this season, towards the end, beginning of last this season, he sustained an injury that put him. He actually put him out of playing, and at some point he was supposed to go. There were news that during this transfer period that he was supposed to go to Celtic, but unfortunately he never materialized. So he's still with us. So this is a player who can be used in the left wing, and then we also have Calafiori. Personally, I think Calafiori can also be used as a left wing player. Uh, uh, he's been used. Is actually been used in the left back position. I think he plays the left back and also a center back as well. So he's a player that can be used. And then when you look at right wing, the player who's going to be used at the moment that now we have these injuries, right wing is Nwaneri. Sterling will play the left wing, and then Trossard can be used in the center forward. Actually, I think center forward, Nwaneri, Trossard is the player that can play in the center forward. Though even I understand that Nwaneri can also play in the center forward, but now that one depends also with the coach what he thinks, whom he thinks that can be that he can incorporate in those positions, how he can be able to play with them so that they can be able to at least at the end of the day give us the results that we want. We have a tough match this weekend. Tomorrow, it's an early kickoff. We are playing Leicester, and we know how Leicester is. Leicester, since it got promoted, they've not been doing so well in the games that they've played. But a team like Leicester is not a team that can be that you can ignore them in a sense that you feel like maybe probably that you're going to do them. That is a team that can really frustrate you if you're not careful. We are so lucky that at least our midfield players they're all good. The defenders they're all good. The centre back, the left wing, the left back, and the right back, they're all doing well. And then I was also talking about a player that can also come in to support Nwaneri. I think also we are talking of Timber. Timber can also play so well as a right wing, considering that now White is back. That's also good news that White is back, and you see White has also been sidelined for a very long time because of an injury. So these are the players that I think the players that I've mentioned that can be able to have in the forward line and the forward line with the players that we have. We only have three players that can be depended on, but these are the players that I've mentioned, especially the ones that are playing the either left back or right back. These are players that can be used by the coach to improve or to support the forward players that we have. And then it was mentioned during the Arteta was asked during the press briefing today about the free transfers, if he can be able to use the free transfers that are there so that they can be able to support, to beef up the forward line of Arsenal Football Club. I didn't say automatically that he's going to consider that, but he said that if if they can find someone who can be able to bring a difference to the club, well and good. And also he reiterated by saying that some of these players have not been playing for a very long time, and if you can at some point you can decide to bring them in, and then they also get an injury, which I agree with him. eh. I personally got an injury yesterday when I tried running. I've never ran for a very long time, so I decided to jog, take a run, and unfortunately I got an injury. So that tells you that if you've not been practicing for a very long time, as our coach has said, Arteta has said, that it's possible for you to get an injury. So, but these are players that I think those that I've seen that are free agents. We are talking of Diego Costa, formerly a Chelsea player. Though age has catched up with him, but he's a player I think if the club can consider giving you even a 6 months contract, is a player who can come in and maybe probably boost Arsenal Football Club. We're also talking of Max Gomez. Max Gomez is also a centre forward. We are talking about, these are players that I'm mentioning here are centre forward players. These are players who can also come in if given a chance. About their fitness, I can't be able to tell much about their fitness and which club they were playing for the last time they were playing. But is among the player whom is considered to be, who can be able to come to Arsenal and probably help us in the 6 months of the period that our players will be out because of injuries. And then we have this player, it's called Gerald. I think Gerald de Ulofeu. This is a player, but I was listening to AFTV yesterday night, and this name was brought up by one of the fans of FTV, and Robbie tried did talk about this player, and he said that Gerald de Ulofeu is a Liverpool fan, a very die-hard Liverpool fan. So can you imagine if we bring such a player to Arsenal? Probably he might not give us the 100% because maybe he might want Liverpool to win the league. So that tells you that it's really difficult on Arsenal to bring such a player whom we know that is a fan of the opponent team. And then we're talking of Lucas Perez. Lucas Perez is also a player that I think was once in Arsenal, if I'm not wrong. As a player who's as a player who is a free agent. Is a player who can come in, do the needful, give us the service for 6 months. But now the problem is what the coach said is their fitness. How fit are they? Because we don't want to bring in a player and then once we bring this player brings about in terms of this player brings about what. Um, I was talking about the fitness of these players. These players are not players that we don't know about their fitness ability at the moment, but that one will. I think the club will decide if they will go for these free agents. And then I've just remembered that there's a player called Max Dorman. This is a 15-year-old. He's in Arsenal youth team, a 15-year-old. And report says that Arsenal did try to request the FA or the Premier League. I think those who are in charge of giving you permission to allow youths to play for the senior team. He's 15-year-old because of the regulations that are there. I think they are not allowed to play for senior team. So Arsenal did ask or did try to ask if they can given permission for this player to play for the senior team because of the injuries that we have, and I understand that this one was denied. So the chances of maybe probably seeing Max Doman trying to be given is first senior team call up or to be given that opportunity to play, I think that one cannot work during especially this period that we have these injuries. So that's how the situation that we are in as Arsenal Football Club is tough, but now it's upon the team, those who are available, the coach to show their character. It's time for them to show their character. Let them show that they can be able to perform during these tough times that we are going through as Arsenal Football Club. Right now, we are in second place behind Liverpool. Liverpool did draw in their game against Everton, and it gives us a chance to catch up with them. Tomorrow we're playing an early kickoff. If we can get those 3 points, and the players that have the Sterling, the Trossard, and Nwaneri, let them prove that they can be able to give us goals. Our midfield, let them supply the balls to the forward line so that they can be able to score. Our captain, Odegaard, he needs to prove that indeed is a leader. The likes of Merino, the likes of Partey, they need to prove that they can be able to be given that role of a leadership and perform, and so that at least we can, at the end of the season, we can be able to, you can be proud of them. According to you, whom do you think that Arsenal can use in the centre forward to support the three that we have at the moment? That we can talk of the left wing, the right wing, and even in the midfield position, who can be able to come in and support the forward line. Leave the comment on the comment section, and I really appreciate. Till next time, it's your guy Big Eddie. Adios.